Thanks for clicking the link on this video. Today I'm going to change the manual gearbox transmission fluid in this 1991 Stylus. So we'll go over a couple of processes on this. What I'm going to do first is unbolt the access from the top of the engine, from the top of the transmission, where the fill location that I'm going to use is going to be, and then after that I'm going to drain the old transmission fluid. Then we'll load up the new stuff and bolt it up. This process shouldn't take that long. It is a new process to me. Hat tip to Scott and Amir for telling me how they've done it in the past. And yeah, we'll get this project started. So the first thing we're going to do here is unbolt this shift linkage that's down here. It's hard to see with this intake tube still attached. Once I unbolt that bracket, there's another bracket that it bolts to underneath, and then once those two brackets are unbolted, that'll give us access for filling the transmission box. Now is the time to mention it, but we need to make sure we chalk the back wheels because we're going to be lifting the front of the car up in the air. And we also need to make sure the transmission's in neutral, because if it's not, this is going to be difficult or impossible to put this all back in. Number 2. This is a 12mm. There's a little bracket underneath there that we don't want to lose. So that bracket is attached to a wire. So we'll just remember that. You probably can't see it in the camera, but let's see. This one. That's the last one. So the stop bracket's 3 12mm. No problem. Alright, that has a ground wire on it as well, so we'll clean this up when we go to reassemble. Let's see, now that this is sort of out of the way, kind of set it down here. I'm going to go ahead and put these bolts in the holes so we don't lose them. Alright, next we have a couple bolts. 1, 2, what else we got? 3, I believe. So there's a ground wire on this one as well that we gotta remember when we go back to reassemble. Put that ground wire off to the side a little bit. Another one right here. There it goes. think the threads were a little, nope, threads are fine. Probably just has never been changed in 30 years, so it's a little tougher than the other bolt. I've got one down here. Alright, that one looks good. Where's that? That one looks good as well. Focus. Alright, so I see 3 bolts. Ah, there's a 4th one right here. Alright, last bolt is out. And now we should be able to pop the seal and open this up just enough to where we'll use a tube at the end of this synchromesh bottle. It's going to be hard to see, but cracked it open and you can barely see right here. That's the entryway to the transmission. So that's where we're going to fill up. Crawling underneath the engine here, you can see I obviously have a oil leak. I think it's potentially the rear main seal or oil pan. Something I'll address later on this year. But anyway, right here we have our 22mm bolt. That's what we'll remove to get the transmission oil out. Alright, I lied earlier. It's actually a 24mm. So we got the pan ready underneath. Got my breaker bar. We'll crack this open. So I flipped the camera over a little bit earlier. I already broke this loose. Rumor is the factory filled these with 10W30 motor oil. I don't know. At least it's semi-transparent. It's not completely black, so that's encouraging. It's not a magnetic plug. I don't see any flakes or anything on it, though. Actually, it looks pretty clean. This might have been changed by the previous owner. This doesn't look too bad. Click. Got a section of hose that we're going to attach to the bottle. Got to cut the tip off. Okay. So, attach your length of hose. Put the knife down. Then put your hose in. Alright. Now we're ready to fill in from the top. Alright. I'm going to use this funnel direct the flow, and then start pouring in. Well, okay. Guess we won't use the tube. It's not working for me. Operator error. So I'm looking underneath. Can't see it in the shot, but I'm looking underneath, making sure the gear oil is going in, which it is. So I got the funnel in the right spot. So you could poke a hole in the top of the bottle and make it go faster as well. Let's do that. This is going to take a while. There we go. Now we got a vent. Actually, let's take the cap off too. No, we'll take the cap off the next one. One more bottle to go. Alright, with this bottle here, just gonna take the top off, pour it in. That's the easiest way to do it, just take the top off and then you don't have to vent it. Then you can use the bottle to fill up with the old stuff to recycle. Right now we're just going to clean the surface up. Transmission's not under pressure, so we don't have to worry about getting a seal on here is what I've been told. If this ends up being a leak problem later on, we can just easily detach this and put some RTV around it. But surface looking good. Let's go ahead and place this back where it belongs. And we'll just put the 4 bolts back in. Not forgetting that we have that ground wire here that we have to attach. Make sure we tighten these in a crisscross like a wheel. This one in. And the bottom. Okay, that one's threaded by hand. I'll use this. Get this bottom one here. And I dropped it. Won't cheat. Do this one by hand, just like the other. Perfect. One last bolt with the ground strap right here. Can you see that? That ground wire. Crisscross pattern. Alright, now we can give a little more. They're all snug. Not too much, you'll snap them off or you'll mess up the threads. Just a little bit. Perfect. Okay. Move these again. I said I was going to clean up that other ground strap here. Let's see what I have. This one right here. Clean that up a little bit. Right. Alright, that one's good to go. So, we're all wrapped up. Everything's put back in place. 2 quarts exactly on the fill on this transmission. And yeah, if you have any questions, put them in the comments. You probably did see this wobbling around a little bit. So yeah, if you know if that isn't supposed to be doing that, put that in the comments too. I don't know. We'll have to ask the guys what that's about. Alright, we're going to try out shifting in the driveway at least before I go on a test drive. First, second, third, fourth, and fifth. See if it moves forward in first gear. Still goes in the first gear. Let's see if it goes in reverse. Still goes in reverse. So I can't take you along for a drive with this camera set up, but if there's any issues, I'll put them in the comments. Otherwise, thanks for watching.